But anyway, we're gonna start this. We've just bought it. We just bought 5,000 gold worth of cards. Let's go to the other view because we can see them better. So here's our first 15 cards. And there's no timer here because we're only drafting against bots. That's great. And we're looking for breast. We're looking for breasts. It's bombs, removal, evasion or efficiency, aggro, stall and synergize, and then trash the rest. So what do we see in here that's a good bomb card? Thorn Lieutenant, you say. Whenever Thorn Lieutenant becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Thorn Lieutenant gets +4/+4 until end of turn. So if we're playing a mono green, which you're not going to play mono in draft, you're going to play a dual deck because you're just not going to draft enough of one color usually to just go all in. Splashing is not advised though. Do not splash. The 2-drop that's a 2/3. That's really efficient. That's very nice. So we've got the E there. And whenever it becomes a target of spell or ability, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. So if we have a lot of spells or abilities to target it with, that's great. If they're trying to kill it off, at least we get a couple tokens out of it. Maybe probably just one. And then if it's late game and we have a lot of mana out, which we don't want to go late game in draft really, you want to be going for aggro. Then we can at least still make it relevant, because then it basically, every turn that we want it, we can spend 6 mana and get a 6/7 creature, which is still pretty efficient. But you have to spend it every turn, which is inefficient, so... Yep, this is removal. That's our second letter, so this is our second priority. If we don't have a good bomb here, Rabid might be what we go with. This is very efficient, but it's only a defender, so it's like negative aggro. Do we have anything evasion here? So we have this guy's flying, this guy's flying, this guy's flying. That's all evasion. We have pseudo removal, because it doesn't actually get rid of it. This is more stall than removal. This is basically aggro. This is inefficient, but it might be a bomb given the correct circumstances, but it's conditional. And conditional in draft is pretty bad. This is removal, but it's conditional removal. I have to have a creature out that has power high enough to kill the thing that I want to kill. Which is, I mean, it's still good, but it's not great. That can be conditional removal as well because of the first strike. If it had flash, it would definitely be good removal. When Skilled Animator enters the battlefield, target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with a base power and toughness 5/5 for as long as Skilled Animator remains on the battlefield. He's a 1/3 for 3. That's super inefficient. However, he brings a 5/5 with him as long as you have an artifact, which that goes down to synergy, so that's like the lowest thing on our list above trash. So this is bad for draft. I would say this is pretty bad for draft. This is arguably good. I'm not seeing any like really big bombs in this draw. Let's look at removal. There's no really good removal right here either. We have some conditional removals, but they're not great. So let's look at our evasive cards. We've got 3 flyers here and nothing that's like unblockable or anything like that. So we've got a 1/3 for 3, which is not very efficient, but it is evasive. Stop. Ugh, what are you doing? Stop being you. Calm down. When Pegasus Courser attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying. Again, we have to have another attacking creature, but this can help us with aggro and evasion, even though it's not super efficient. 4 for a 3/2. Again, not super efficient, but evasion is great. 6 for a 4/4 flying with haste. I feel like that's more efficient and can really make up for the lack of stats here. This one I wouldn't go for. It's just blank text. Blank text bad, usually, unless it has great stats, and it doesn't. Even the 3/2 means like it can get shocked. It can get a lot of things happen to it here and just die. This will at least take a lightning bolt. This will take something bigger. So we don't have any good removal. We don't have any good bombs, I don't think. Maybe this is a bomb. But we are seeing... I think this is our best evasive card, so I'm going to pick this in this pack. Also, basically, for the first 5 or so cards, we are not picking a color. We are looking at the cards on the table, and that's it. The only thing we might want to consider is which colors start going missing. Because if you see, like, oh, look, all the blue cards are disappearing. Well, that means the guy to my right's probably picking all the blue cards, and I can't rely on getting a bunch of good blue cards because they are gone. No, you're being too rough. Stop it. Okay, so let's look for bombs again. That's not a bomb. So somebody took the rare out of this pack already. Again, this is conditional removal. Again, I need to have a creature that has power enough to kill the thing that I want dead already. Which, if I had that, I can probably find ways to make that creature dead just by playing the game. I would argue that this card is efficient, even though it doesn't look like it at first glance, because 6 for a 3/3 flyer is not great. But it is evasive, that's good. And if you think about it, the normal amount of mana you pay to draw a card is between 1 and 3, depending on what the conditions are. And the normal amount of mana you take to discard a card is usually between 1 and 2, maybe 3, depending on the conditions. This guy gives you a 3/3 flyer, draws a card, and discards a card. So you're talking 3/3 flyer is probably going to cost you 4 mana. Draw a card, let's say 2, that's 6 already, and then discard a card is going to be at least 1, so that's a 7. That's 7 mana worth of abilities on one card for 6 mana. Also, it's super efficient in terms of one card doing a lot of things. So it doesn't take... I don't have to draw 3 separate cards to do all 3 of those things. I can draw and play 1 card. So he's a clear winner for efficiency and evasion here. So that's B, R, E. So if anything B or R pops up, he's not getting picked. This is evasive, and it's super efficient. A 1/2 for 1, and it's got flying. This is great. And it also hits our aggro mark. So it gets extra points for aggro. Probably still not as much as Psychic Symbiont. This is aggro only. It's not really that great. A 3/1 for 2 mana gets killed by anything. 2 cards for 3 mana is pretty standard. I wouldn't call that efficient. And if anything, that's stall. That's like the last thing before trash. When he enters the battlefield, if you control an artifact, draw a card. So let's assume I don't control an artifact, because I haven't even seen any artifacts yet. So that's 4 mana for a 3/2. That's a bad card. And then we're hoping on the payoff that maybe we'll have an artifact and direct to draw a card, and then he becomes efficient. We can't count on that. But target permanent on top of its owner's library. That's almost like removal, but it's super expensive. 5 mana for a removal is kind of overpriced. Like, that's not even exiling it. We're only getting rid of it for like a turn. Because we put it on their library, and on their turn, they draw it again. I mean, I guess we're denying them another draw, so it's almost like discard and bounce in one. But even so, discard and bounce in one. Discard usually costs you like 1 or 2. Bounce costs you 1 or 2. That's a 2 to 4 cost, and we're paying 5 for it. It's not efficient. Here's a good one. So 3 mana for a flying 2/2, and it takes a life from the opponent. So we're getting 1 burn, 1 life gain, a flying 2/2 for 3 mana. That's very efficient and very evasive. This is a great card. So right now I'm looking at these two. Sure Strike. Target creature gets +3/+0, gains first strike until end of turn. This is conditional removal again. Electrify deals 4 damage to target creature. That's removal. That will kill a creature. Maybe not any creature, but this will kill a creature. This is... I don't even want to call this conditional removal because you're going to find something to kill with this. Root Snare. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. That's stall. Elvish Rejuvenator. Puts more lands on the battlefield. That is aggro, basically, because you're mana ramping. So I'm trying to decide between these two cards right now. So what can we look at for tiebreakers here? They're both efficient. They're both evasive. They both do different things completely. If anything, I would make the tiebreaker rarity here just because I'm greedy. So we're going to go for the uncommon. Looking for bombs. This can go to a win condition of mill, but that's a super long win condition and not good in the current meta and not good for draft because it takes too much stalling. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets Druid of Thorns, you get a 3/3 green beast creature token. So he's a 2/3 for 4, which is bad. He creates big 3/3 creature tokens when you aura him, which is good, but again, it's conditional. Very, very conditional. You need to have him, and you need to have an aura in your hand, and we need to find a good aura to put in the deck. It's hard to even call that a bomb. I don't like that's semi-bomb, semi-aggro. Aggro. That's good aggro and evasive right here. Gearsmith Prodigy. That is way too conditional. However, a 1/2 for 1 is still pretty good. I would call him efficient aggro to an extent. Essence Scatter is removal. You might consider that stall, but it's actually removal. It removes the thing they were going to cast on you. So this is probably our primary pick right now. Ghost Form is evasion. It's temporary evasion, but it's up to 2 target creatures can't be blocked. That's evasion. 2/2 for 2, that's, you know, not overly efficient. That's borderline efficient. Just 2/2 for 2 is basically the standard. 6/5 for 6, that is inefficient. And it doesn't do anything, and it's trash. Smelt, destroy target artifacts. This is removal, but it's very, very conditional removal. Like, not many people are going to be playing, like, super artifact-heavy decks or anything, because it's draft.
Now, Christmas comes alive.
3/2 for 3, but it has evasion.
Enjoy more lights
I would
and
say
more
that's pretty
nights
good.
than ever
It's still
before.
competing against a
Now
removal
through
spell,
January
though.
6th. Come
So you
meet
gotta take that into
Rudolph the
effect. Like, if
Red-Nosed
this had
Reindeer and
amazing
friends,
evasion
visit
and
Santa's
aggression
house
and
presented by
efficiency,
Coca-Cola.
like, it would be like, okay, that edges that out. But removal is more important.
For as low as $10.99 a month. Christmas time
Rocks
at
Oracle,
Busch Gardens,
4/2 for
Tampa Bay.
5, and you
New
draw a
memories
card.
every night.
I would
Restrictions
consider
apply.
4/2 efficient if it cost like 3 or 4 mana, probably. Like, even 4 mana is too much for a 4/2, in my opinion. This is 5 mana, but we get a card. It just doesn't seem worth it. The 2 puts it in shock range. Like, you basically, if they have a shock, you're paying 5 mana for a card and a discard. That's overpriced. Gearsmith Guardian. +2/+0 as long as you control a blue creature. We haven't picked a color yet, so that's trash until we do. And a mountain? That's not supposed to show up in draft at all. I'm taking a screenshot and putting that in the official Discord.
As smooth as possible. We found a great physical therapist near her apartment and helped her follow a plan of physical therapy and light exercise. In a few weeks, Abby will be playing soccer again. With Oscar Health Insurance, you get more, like your own team of local experts who can point you to the best, most affordable care nearby. Get covered with Oscar Health Insurance at hioscar.com/radio.
Yeah, this is a bug. You're not supposed to see any land in draft packs. So we're going to grab the Essence Scatter here because it's removal. Bombs, bombs, bombs. This does nothing in draft unless we have a lot of synergy. This is synergy. Synergy is the lowest, but beyond trash. Loxodon Linebreaker. 3-2 for 3. Not efficient. Not super efficient. Just efficient E. 3 to draw a card, and it does something else. This is kind of efficient, but it's not anything amazing. Efficient usually ends up mostly talking about creatures, because that's what we want to do. Like, your draft deck should be mostly creatures. Nobody's playing control in a draft deck, and if they are, they're probably going to lose. Totally Lost again comes back to see us. We have another swamp here. Posting that screenshot in there as well. Bog Stomper still garbage. Catalyst Elemental. 2-2 for 3, but we can get our mana back. So it banks mana for us. I don't really know how to rank that card, and rule of thumb is, if you don't know how to rank the card, ignore it. So we're ignoring it. 0-3 for 1, that's Defender and Reach. That is stall. We don't want stall. Greenwood Sentinel. 2-2 with Vigilance for 2. That is efficient. 3-3 for 3, that's pretty efficient-ish. 2-1 for 2, that's bad. And a land for whatever reason, because bugs. This is a pretty shit pack. There's nothing I'm immediately drawn to here, at all. Maybe one of these two. Or one of these two. It's pretty much between these four. What do you think, Gumi? Which of these 4 cards do you think hits the heuristic we're using the best? Bombs, removal, efficiency and evasion, aggro, stall, or trash? Which of these hits that the best? In that order. We haven't picked a color yet. If you think the green is the best, we pick the green. Because we're not using all of our cards anyway. We use the first few turns to get an idea of what the possibilities are. And what's coming across the table at us. Because, like, let's say we just picked green right off the bat. Then what happens if the guy to our right and the guy to his right are also both taking all the green? We're going to get nothing but trash for the rest of the draft, and we're going to be stuck playing a trash deck. So you have to take some time to feel the draft out. Yeah, I mean, I think chill is the best option here. I mean, really, these two are the ones I was leaning towards. The problem with this one is it's mainly stall. It is efficient, but it's not aggro, it's not removal, it's not a bomb. It's mainly stall and efficient. This is aggro and efficient. I like this one better. I think I'm going to go for this one. Alright, one with the machine. Draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. That's a synergy card. It is kind of a bomb. It's like a little mini bomb, but only if you have high cost artifacts, which we can't rely on. Rise from the Grave is a bomb. You take something that you removed or something that you took a bunch of creatures to take down, and you put it back on the table on your side of the board. This is a bomb. Cavalry Drill Master. So one thing to take note of now. We're 4 turns into the draft, and there's still decent green cards coming to us. There's still decent black cards coming to us. There's still decent blue cards coming to us. But the reds are almost gone. The whites are kind of limited. So I would say at this point, the reds and whites are getting taken. I feel like that's what's happened here. Red and white are gone. Black and green are looking pretty good. Blue's still looking decent. We have a Submerged Boneyard here. This is great. This is efficiency. Manolith. I don't like that in draft. I really like Rise from the Grave as a bomb here. This is conditional removal, and aggro, really. Evasion. And efficiency. Well, not really. 4 for a 4-3 is not bad. This is more evasion than efficiency. This is efficiency and stall, basically. This is conditional removal. And the thing is, we haven't picked up any other bombs yet. We've got some efficient stuff, we've got some aggressive stuff. This is our first bomb we've seen. I'm, like, right now, just based on what I'm seeing coming down the table, I'm kind of leaning towards Golgari. So now we're 5 cards in. 5 cards into the draft, that's 1/3 of a pack down. We need to start being a little bit more discerning. We need to start ruling out some colors. This is good. This is bombish. I'm just not seeing anything in white that's exciting me right now. The blue's even getting a little thin. We had some good blue draws early on, but they're drying up. The green's still going strong. We're getting a lot of green cards coming through. And we're still getting decent blacks, I believe. Red's also still an option, I think. So let's try and start restricting our options to green, red, and black right now. So I almost want to take these in sideboard them, but we're not going to do it yet until, like, let's say 5 more. So we're going to ignore these, basically, at this point. I would say this is efficiency and aggro, and maybe removal. This hits a lot of wickets. This is stall and removal, really, because when you discard, you're removing threats before they hit the table. I like the removal here. This removal's okay. It's cheaper. That's good. And it keeps us in the aggro, because we can keep swinging and not worrying about dying as much. This is removal. This is almost a removal bomb. This is pretty nice. This is stall. 6/6 with trample for 6. This is a big bomb. If you drop this on turn 6 with 6 lands, or maybe we got like a Llanowar Elf or something, we drop this on turn 5, that can be game-changing right there. If they don't have removal, you just won the game. Foul Orchard's looking really good too, though. Let's pass that up. I don't think anybody's going to take that based on what else we're seeing. It's an 8-way rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This card will come back to us if nobody else takes it. We're taking this dude. Alright, so here's the colors that we've been looking for right now. And there's low in this hand. We're taking another screenshot of this. Yeah, because, like, nobody's going to take that. That's garbage, garbage. That's evasion. This is Synergy, which is lower on the list. Evasion, almost efficient. Not really. Not very efficient. The 2 life here is a huge drawback to this card. Discard a card, get 2 cards back. So it's 2 mana to draw a card. That's pretty good. Artifact or enchantment. We'll probably see at least a couple enchantments, but it's really, really conditional removal. I'm leaning towards this one right here, just for efficiency's sake. One of these 2, probably. I don't really like any of these or that. Like, these are the only 3 here that speak to me. Like, we have no white at this point, though. That leans me away from this one. We still already have some good red. We have some good green. We have some good black. Black and red are pretty much tied right now. If this was better, I'd really take that. What do you think, Gumi? Tormenting Voice or Two-Headed Zombie? They both have drawbacks. Like, if this is the only card in your hand, it's useless. If they have a shock or something that deals 2 damage, or more than one creature, this is basically useless. You could trade down, basically. Like, a 4-mana card that does 4 damage isn't going to trade up. But if they don't have the right creatures to block it, or we can get some buffs on it or something, this card can be monstrous. Same with this. If you draw this early, this can be game-changing as well. Oh, you heard him, Beaker? I'm going to take Tormenting Voice. Again, don't like that. Don't like that. Vampire Neonate. That's really good aggression. Fairly efficient, too. 0-3 for 1. Like, it's not going to do any damage without using its ability. But you can just block damage for a few turns with that. That's very efficient. I mean, it is kind of stalled until you start tapping it for its damage, but... yeah, I don't know how to rate this card still. Pick 8. I think that means either the one that just passed, that we got Tormenting Voice from, or the one that's coming up next is going to be the original pack that we had. I don't think it was this one, was it? Greenwood Sentinel, it's really nice. Greenwood and Vampire are pretty good here. What are you doing?
Open the window to the brand?
Sacrifice Explosive Apparatus, 2 damage to any target. 2 damage, 3 mana, 4 mana actually over 2 turns.
Step up.
I know, likey.
Up.
2-4 for 4 with Reach. Reach is good, but a 2-4 for 4 is bad.
Keep that.
Foul Orchard's back. So these 3 cards. Greenwood Sentinel, Vampire Neonate, or Foul Orchard. I know Gumi wants us to go green. Two for 2 with Vigilance. If we get like some Convoke stuff or something like that, that could be really good, because then you can attack and still Convoke with it. And that's our second Greenwood Sentinel, actually. What are you doing, bird? Why are you up there? Yeah, this is our original pack back. Yeah, nobody else liked these blues either. Here's the blacks back, the red. This is still probably the best one here. Maybe red-green gets it. So, like, let's look what we've got after this last pick.
Get the perfect gift and save when you buy a DeWalt.
I don't like any of these cards.
Combo kit for just $199 and get a DeWalt XR 12 Max oscillating.
Should we take the green because we already have green?
$39 value. Stop by or shop.
So like at this point, I feel pretty committed to dropping blue.
Battery and charger not included with free item. While supplies last.
I've only got that one black. Like this, the problem with this is mainly like our only big bomb. Like this sucks to try and get rid of. Actually, no, we've got a really good green bomb here.
With the upgraded navigation within iDrive 7.0 that comes standard.
Let's get rid of that. So this, we're playing green red. That's our deck. We're playing green red.
Make the most of the road home in a BMW X5. Hurry in to the BMW Road Home Sales event to receive exceptional offers.
This is super conditional and bad. We're not taking land unless we are forced to.
The ultimate driving machine.
I'd say this is probably the best card here, but it's blue. I'd actually say Bog Stomper over Smelt here. I don't want to splash. Splash is bad in draft. Like this makes me, this and the other black card makes me want to splash black, but let's not. Let's say we did. That'll probably end up getting sideboarded. It's efficient at least. Helps deal with flyers. Removal. This is stall. We don't want stall, but it's... And hey, we got an island. Alright, new pack! New rare. Did we get any rares out of this one? Uncommon, 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 uncommon. Uncommon. We didn't pick up a rare yet, but we got all 3 uncommons from that pack. Wait, was it 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. 3. We got 3 uncommons. Goblin Trashmaster. Other goblins you can control get +1/+1. Destroy target artifact by sacking a goblin. We have no other goblins. This is also a big synergy card. I'm not really hoping to make that work. This is removal, which is great, but it's white, and we have no white at this point. Dragon Egg creates a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying, and 1 red. This creature gets +1/+0 till end of turn. So it makes us a pumpable 2/2 red flying dragon for 3 mana. I love this card. It's very efficient. It's very aggro. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Rejuvenator's good aggro as well.
Ow!
That's just stall. This is great aggro, and it's fairly efficient. You're going to do 2 damage and get a 2/1 for 2 mana. Puts a body on the table. That's great. Aggro efficient. Crash through. Hey, it's a 1 mana for draw a card, and you also get another thing. Very efficient. This guy's still great. Efficiency and evasion and aggro. Greenwood Sentinel's still awesome. We're not playing black anymore, though, so we'll probably not take him. Talons of Wildwood. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample, and you can pay 3 to return it to your hand. I feel like you can get 1/1 off of 1 mana in other places. It's also conditional, and we really want to go towards creatures more than anything else. How are we looking on that right now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 out of 11. That's not enough. Need more creatures. I love this. I love this. I don't know how to rate that, so we're not gonna. I love this. This is also pretty good. Meh. We could take a 3rd Greenwood Sentinel. We could take an Elvish Rejuvenator. That'll help us drop our bombs. Dragon Egg is great for 3 mana. So is Vashino here. This can also help avoid problems with mana. Like, let's say we draw 3 forests and we're sitting there with a bunch of red cards in hand. We can go look for a mountain.
Thank you.
between these four. None of them are bombs, none of them are removal. They're all efficient. This one brings evasion to the table as well. I'm going with Dragon Egg. Uh-oh. So, here's the thing. Packs go this way on pack 1, this way on pack 2, and then this way again on pack 3. I'm seeing the red and green drying up here on this rotation. That's not good. This is removal though. Removal is always good. Removal, removal, removal.
I know, Mama spent too much money. I get it. Go down. Down.
This is pseudo removal.
Yes, down. Thank you.
Uh, 5 for a 4/5. That's not super anything. This is removal. That is an interesting card, but I don't know what to do with it. Synergy based.
Please don't jump on me.
Yeah, this is really conditional removal. A 3 for a 4/2. The 2 worries me, but it is only 3 mana, and it is a 4/2. That'll probably trade up. So this is very good efficiency. And this is removal. I think we know what we do here. We're not running green-black anymore. There's our removal. There's a bomb. Except because we're doing dual colors, it's not as big of a bomb as it would be if we were playing mono green. This is only instants or sorceries. We're probably not going to be running a bunch of instants or sorceries. We could like double this up with Trumpet Blast. If we pulled a Balefire, double cast Balefire, fucking wins games. Double cast Tormenting Voice, could get a bunch of cards back in our hand. But like the idea is we're not supposed to be running a lot of spells anyway, so double cast becomes very situational. Blanchwood is still pretty great. I'd call this in a dual color deck though, less of a bomb and more of just aggro. Really? Not removal because you can't like sneak it in on somebody. I still think we go Daggerback here. Daggerback or Blanchwood? What do you think, Gumi? Make a call, Gumi. Daggerback or Blanchwood? That's our second Daggerback as well. Ooh, look at this guy. 4 mana for a 7/3. Trample. But if we use it, it shuffles back into our library. Like, it's a bomb? That's a bomb. That's what it is. That's a pretty decent red bomb. Not amazing. It's not. Trumpet Blast is also pretty freaking good. And Vishino Pyromancer is great. So these are our 3 here. Trumpet, Pyromancer, or Hellion.
Go back over here.
You going on Adventures, Bird?
Let me be a vampire.
He keeps dipping his tail in the water and then running around and putting wet tail on
Gross.
things.
Gross. It's not a paintbrush, it's a butt. I bought the Roomba.
What do you think, Gumi? Trumpet, Hellion, or Pyromancer? I'm really leaning towards Hellion just because A, it's cool artwork, and B, it's a pretty good card for this format. Pyromancer, you think? But this bomb, man. Pyromancer's also not even removal, because you can't target a creature with it. It's just aggro. It's not even super efficient. I mean, it's kind of efficient because it's... No, I wouldn't even call it efficient. It's just aggro. But yeah, I do have 2 big monsters already, but this is an enormously efficient big monster. It's 4 mana for a 7/3. Trash big monsters. Yeah, let's just go with Fashino, I guess. Vieshino. Bird, up on the door again. I see you. Goblin Motivator. Titanic Growth. This is removal. This is removal. Because you attack, and they go, haha, I'll block, and you go, haha, you did. This is whatever. We don't want that. Yeah, I mean, it removes itself, but it also either removes a huge chunk of their life bar or a bunch of their stuff with it, and then puts itself back into your library. So, I'd still say it's efficient, but it's a weird card. I'm going Titanic Growth here. Oaken Form? That's really efficient. That is efficient aggro. And there's no red card. Unfortunate. So we're just taking this. There's another Daggerback or a Fire Elemental. Fire Elemental is not efficient. It's not aggro. It's not removal. It's not a bomb. It's just a big, stupid creature. Daggerback wins the day every time. Alright, Talons of Wildwood we kind of poo-pooed on last time. Wall of Vines is just efficient stall. Crash Through is efficient. How much stuff do we even have in here that's really going to be able to make use of Trample, though? That doesn't already have it. Something with Titanic Growth on it. Something with Oaken Form on it. Like, we need some more damage here. This already has Trample, and this already has Flying. Like, the card's good, though. It's 1 mana for a card, so... We have nothing here. And there's no rare to snipe. So which card do I just want? I think I already have 4 of these. Can I check my collection right now? I don't want to mess up the draft. I think I need more divinations. Ogre is what we get here. Or Desecrated Tomb. Nothing's leaving our graveyard. We take double cast here. Trumpet Blast. Alright, so for the last pack, we need to start looking at what the actual deck looks like right now. So I like to categorize things into mana curves here. So like, this is the current mana curve. We've got 1, 2, 3, and bunches. This is a really low-end aggro deck. That's a pretty steep mana curve. We need to get some 4 costs and 5 costs here. Another way to organize this, you can organize this into just runs. So like, if we drop one of these first turn, what's our second turn play here? Now, let's not think about that too hard. That works more for constructed, I think. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got another Daggerback. We've got Centaur Courser. As far as removal, we have Sure Strike, we have Titanic Growth, we have Trumpet Blast can kind of work as that. We have 3 Daggerback Basilisks. Doesn't remove flyers though, but we also have a plummet. If we see another plummet, I'll probably grab another plummet. What do we have bomb-wise here? That's evasion. That's pretty efficient evasion. I like that. More removal. Aggro. Aggro. Evasion. See, I lean towards this just because of the evasion, but this has removal. This would be 4 daggerbacks. I think we take the dagger back. Fiery Finish. Target creature. This is removal, but this is late game removal. We don't really want to go to late game. Aggro. Evasion. Pyromancer looks good here. Maybe Boar. We need more 4-drops, so I'm going to take Boar. Because we have 0 4-drops right now. There's another Colossal Dreadmaw. Big ol' 6/6 for 6 with Trample. We also have a Titanic Growth, which will make any of our other creatures a Colossal Dreadmaw. Actually bigger than a Colossal Dreadmaw. My choice here is between Colossal Dreadmaw and Prodigious Growth. I think Prodigious Growth wins the day here. Because we could put that like on Bristling Boar and just absolutely wreck faces. If they're killing us with flyers, we can put that on Wall of Vines and we're immune to flyers now.
Still going strong at Lowe's, where you can save $20 on a Craftsman 51-piece mechanics
maybe.
tool set now for just $59.98. The set includes
I'm taking Prodigious here.
socket, extension, and a
Everyone, go away.
tooth ratchet with a 3-degree arc
Stop
span.
bothering me about things that are in the refrigerator.
Spaces. Plus, it's backed by a full lifetime warranty, so you can be sure the tool you need will be there when you
Gas
need it.
Spark
Get yours
Twins.
today
That's a
at Lowe's.
7.
The new
We don't really need a 7.
Offer valid 11/21 through 11/28 while supplies
Can
last.
block an additional creature in combat. 7/7 for 7 with Trample. Yeah, it's nice.
You weren't planning a detox, but the only thing in your fridge is juice.
Accidental juice cleanse.
High on sugar and full of hunger rage.
Uh,
There's no turning back now.
Get here. 3/3 haste for 4 is pretty great.
Fat dinner will always be there, but Taco Bell's rolled chicken tacos.
Hostile Minotaur. That's another 4-drop, which we need.
Shredded chicken, all rolled up with your choice of
Sparkstone
dips.
Dragon.
At Taco Bell.
3 damage to any target. This is removal.
Locations.
I like the removal here, and it's a 5 instead of a 6. We have a lot of 6-drops, we don't have any 5s. And it has evasion. This hits a lot of wickets. I'd say between Spark Tongue, Minotaur, and Ghast Bark. I'm really leaning towards Spark Tongue here. Because like you were saying, we need more removal, and furthermore, we need more stuff to deal with flyers, because people are going to have flyers. Everyone knows evasion is a thing in draft. If we don't see a bunch of flyers, I will be super crazily amused. And not to mention, it also adds a flyer to our side. I think I'm going to take Spark Tongue for all of those reasons. This is efficient aggro-y type thing. Another Colossal Dreadmaw, because why not? Target creature can't be blocked this turn. That is cute. Good aggro. This is really good aggro. This is basically removal. That's a 3, this is a 2. We already have a ton of 2s. What do we have for 2-drop creatures, though? We have the Sentinels and the Pyromancer so far. We need more 2-drop creatures. We already have 2 Trumpet Blasts as well. We already have the top end here. We don't really need much more of that. We're leaning towards goblins here. What do you think, Gumi? Goblins? Gift of Paradise? This is Mana Ramp, and we could use Mana Ramp, but it still leaves us with a gap in our creatures. I think I'm taking the Goblin. There's another Plummet. Inferno Hellion's back. Yay! Maybe I take the Inferno Hellion now. It's another 4-drop. So I'm not taking Goblin Motivator, I don't think. Rocks Oracle does not rocks. We're getting the Hellion. 3rd Plummet? Or a 3rd Daggerback, or a 5th Daggerblack, actually. I think you can ignore card limits in draft. Let me check in new player. Could take a 3rd Plummet. Could take a 5th Daggerback. Sure Strike is pretty good. Girapur Guide is pretty good, but not great. It's not great. Okay, so you can't ignore the 4-card limit in draft, so we could take a 5th Daggerback. Or a Plummet. We already have 2 Plummets. And we have some flyers, and some damage. And a Vine Wall. A 5th Daggerback might actually work out. I really wish we could get some bigger stat lines out here, though. This is almost exactly the same cards we were just looking at. Motivator's aggro. That's pseudo evasion. It's really conditional. This is just not good. Nothing we want here. We're getting to the end here. And even this, some of this is going to need to be dropped. We're at 32 of 40 cards. And we have to add land still. So there's going to be a lot of this pruned out. Nope, drop that in the wrong stack. No! What are you doing today? Here, look at this. What do you think about this? You wanna play? you gonna bring that all the way over here? You can't spin it because you're a bird. Now it's under the table. You got me, bird. You got me. Here, climb on that. Trumpet blast. That's a third trumpet blast. There you go, vault progress. And I think it showed 5 or 6. Alright, now deck building time. Here's what we're looking at right now. So it has suggested 8 mountains and 9 forests for a 40 card deck. That's 17. That's pretty much standard, but we're running a bit less here. Mana-wise. I think we need to cut out some of our 2s and probably some of our 3-cost creatures. Wait, how do we see what our actual sideboard is? Oh, there is no actual sideboard, so don't worry about it. And then we'll turn it back on, yay! Okay, so it only shows us stuff that's not in the deck right now. You're gonna get put away, bird, if you keep trying to chew on headphones and stuff. Wall of Vines? Okay, so the sideboard's non-functional. Let's take everything out and just put the creatures back and see what we're looking at. You got about one more try on that and you're going back in your cage, bird. Alright, so this is what we're looking at just in the creatures. And this should be the backbone of our deck. We have 18 creatures, 17 lands. That means for a 40 card deck, that's already 35. That would be 5 spells. That's probably pretty close to where we actually want to be. I would say we maybe take out a couple of the 3-cost creatures, maybe a couple of the 6s, but this looks pretty good to me, like right like that. Maybe shave off a few here and a few there. Because we have 5 Daggerbacks and then just a Dragon Egg and an Ogre. I would say I want to keep the Ogre just because we need something that does damage, I guess. We have the Hellion, the Boar, the Dragon, the other Dragon, and the Dreadnought here. Like, this is where all our damage is. Everything else is 1s and 2s and stuff. It's a lot of removal, though. This could be really good for us. That looks a little nicer. These are both really good. I can live with this curve. What do you think? That's 33 cards. We need 7 spells. Probably not going to be double cast. The plummets are definitely going in. Root Snare's not making the cut. Trumpet Blast. Have anything for 4? Got some 3s. Prodigious Growth's a 6, that's still all the way over here. I wish we had a 5. Take some 1s, crash through. A pair of 2s is almost like a 4. Mechanic Growth. What we got now? 39, one more. We want a 3rd Trumpet Blast? Probably not. Okay, you're going home. 1 second. You're being way too pushy today.
I guess a lot of stuff's been on sale for a while, so like they're completely out of things. She's like, it looked like a bomb went off in the produce section. It was like half the produce in the section was missing. The apples were all gone. The eggs were like almost all out of stock. It was like, oh dear Lord.
Yep. That happens. I want either a 1-3 or a 5 or something here. But I don't think we have like a 5 or anything. We have Prodigious Growth. This is nice, especially since we're dealing with small creatures. And this sticks around. Do that. Alright, Gumi, what do you think? Any changes to be made here? %57% green. But what is our symbol dispersion here? We have 2 reds, 2 reds, 2 greens, and everything else is single symbols. So that's good. A lot harder for us to get screwed by only getting 1 color mana.